Am I the asshole for taking money from my wife's fun account to pay for my computer that she broke? Okay. My wife is a stay-at-home mom. She works hard taking care of our kids and maintaining our home. I do what we have agreed is a fair portion of the housework and all of the yard work. She has full access to all of our accounts except for my personal spending account. I put the exact same amount into her personal spending account, but I can only deposit, not withdraw. I love this setup. This setup is way better than our first story. I have a home office, but I do not work from home. It is just a place I can go and sit and catch up on anything I might need to from work, and also play video games or play with my toys. Oh, I kind of love that for him. I feel like it's so important for people to have their own space in homes. For sure. And this seems so healthy so far. And he's like, it's not just for work, but it's for like me to play with my toys. And I'm like, King, go off in your own office. King. Okay. My wife also has a room that is dedicated to her and her hobbies. I love this so far.
We love a hobby couple.
Yeah. I have asked her multiple times to please leave my room alone. I clean it myself. I take my dishes to the kitchen and either wash them or place them in the dishwasher. I take out my own trash. When I play with my kids in my office, I clean up after all of us. When my wife joins me in my office for video games, I clean up afterwards. There is quite literally no reason for her to do anything in there when I am not in it. I do not have a lock on my door, but I do have my laptop password protected. I like to line up some of my collection of Lego minifigs by my screen on my laptop. I like to imagine that Batman and Spider-Man are watching me work. I know it's silly, but I like it.
Stop.
I love this guy. He's cute. Okay. For some reason, my wife decided to go clean my office. I guess she needed to move my laptop, so she closed it. Not all the way because my minifigs were in the way. When I came home, she told me what happened. The screen was not working at all. I had to get my old monitor out and hook it up so I could check and see if anything else was busted. It was just the screen. I checked and it would cost about $250 for parts and labor to replace my screen. So I decided to replace the laptop and use the old one with my monitor for the kids. It was fine other than the non-working screen. The cost to replace my laptop was only $600. Yay, Black Friday. So I took $350 from my account and I took $250 from the money I was going to deposit into her personal account for December, and I got my new computer. This will in no way affect our budget for anything other than our own personal side projects and hobbies. I was looking forward to getting myself a new Lego set to work on with my kids over the holidays, but now I will have to rebuild one of my old ones with them, which is also fun. Well, now she is pissed at me because she has to cut back on her fun stuff for December. She likes to have a spa day with her mom, for example. I said that I wasn't responsible for my computer being broken and that she 100% was. She said it was an accident and that I should forgive her. I said I wasn't upset, but that if she felt I should forgive her, then I fully forgive her, but she still has to help pay for a new laptop. Am I the asshole?
No.
Yeah.
I feel like she should help pay.
Yeah.
But he should not be so resentful.
I don't think he's resentful.
Or just like, I feel like this is like a man cave-y kind of question.
Yeah. I actually don't think that he's in the wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like if I went over to my friend's house and I broke something of theirs and it cost money to replace it, I would feel obligated to pay the money.
Oh, for sure.
And he said that it would cost $250 for the parts and labor to just replace the screen. So he just decided to get a full new one. And he was like, okay, I'm going to take $250 from her because that's how much it would have cost. Like the cheapest option would have been. And the rest he paid for himself. I don't know. I think he seems like a good guy. And I would just feel so bad not paying for something that I broke. I guess if it was my husband.
Yeah.
I feel like romantic relationships are a little bit different because you're almost in this partnership and it's a lot of times like what one person does, both of them are technically doing.
Especially with money, like people combine bank accounts and stuff.
Yeah.
But I also think that's a little bit of an antiquated way to do it. Like in modern day, I don't think people are out here combining bank accounts as much.
That's true. It just takes longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people like to keep their finances separate because it's like someone may have shady finances or whatever the case may be. So I think him pulling from her account isn't like a bad thing. I think, like you said, if you went to a friend's house and broke their computer, you would absolutely replace it.
Yeah. I feel like the only thing that might be questionable, what I kind of meant by when you're in a romantic relationship or like married, and if one person does something you kind of both do, I kind of feel the same way with kids. Like it would be like if his child broke his computer, you guys are all family.
Yeah.
And if it was completely an accident, they shouldn't have to suffer just because they made a mistake or they caused an accident to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that a lot of parents would teach their kid that lesson and be like, well, I get it was an accident. That's totally fine. But in your life, you will make accidents.
Yeah.
And accidents will happen. And even though they're accidents, you didn't have malintent, you're still going to have to fix what happened.
Right.
So I get that too. I get that she's feeling like, oh, it wasn't my fault. Like I shouldn't have to suffer because of it. But it's like, you're not suffering just because you have to give up one spa day. Like you made a mistake. You broke something that you didn't mean to break. That just happens in life.
Yeah.
And when you accidentally break something, it sucks. But sometimes that means that you have to give up one spa day in order to fix the thing you accidentally broke.
And is the spa day really that integral to your well-being? Like you can't miss one spa day.
Yeah.
Like
and
you did it.
She's like, you're mad at me. And he's like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just solving the problem.
Yeah.
Like we're just equally solving the problem.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he might just be not including this stuff, but if everything in the story is factual, it's not like he's yelling at her.
Right.
It's not like he's telling her that he thinks that she did it on purpose. Like he knows it was an accident, but it still needs to be taken care of.
Exactly. And that's on her too.
Yeah. And I hope that if he broke something that was hers, he would have the same energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think there's any asshole behavior going on here.
I don't think so either. Case closed.